Hello and welcome to the Rested podcast, where we explore travel time rather than destinations and the joys and surprises of shared transport. For many, travelling on buses, boats and trains is now a lifestyle choice. My name's Mark Selby. I love the theatre of travel, discovering the stories of journeys and learning how people use their travel time. All change. Being told to stop doing something focuses the mind on that loss, causes frustration and sometimes anger. Look at what happens when new speed limits or low traffic neighbourhoods are introduced. The schemes are challenged by the vocal few, mainly motorists, who might damage or even destroy road safety equipment, while the silent majority remain silent. It's much easier to start a new behaviour than ending an old one. Rather than dwell on motorists having their freedom to drive as they want removed, let's focus on the benefits offered to them by other means of travel. Because once implemented, very few ever want to return to the previous ways. And one benefit of these slower, low-traffic schemes is easier, safer access to shared transport. Now, some listeners have asked why I talk about shared rather than public transport. It's just because it includes other options, such as car clubs, where you pay to use vehicles by the trip or the hour. Far better than owning a car that's parked for over 96% of its life. We've looked at some of the benefits of shared transport, the economics, entertainment, inspiration, productive time, and some of the environmental benefits. But the benefits aren't just served on a platter for our consumption. They can require changes in behaviour if we're to grasp them. Rather like a cyclist learning to ride a horse, we're still travelling from A to B, but the ride is quite different. And I'm not proposing a ban on all car use. For many, it's not an option. It's just worth noting that if we all switched just one car journey a month to taking the bus, there'd be 1 billion fewer car journeys and a saving of 2 million tonnes of carbon dioxide per year. For regular bus and train users, perhaps we can get more from our journeys, beyond the repeated trips through familiar but unknown areas. Repetition that reduces the scope for serendipity. But what are our options? Where do the nearest buses and trains actually go? Why not plan some bus or train trips online to visit people or places? Bus fares are currently low in many areas, so it's a perfect time to explore new or different routes. In the UK, those who depend on driving with a sat-nav or rely on familiarity with a route might find the choices bewildering at first. The best bus and train options rapidly change during the day, thanks to the many operator schedules involved. It's just different, like learning to ride that horse. How we use our travel time is up to us. It's our time. While many fellow passengers seem actively engaged in something, others seem to be caught in the trance of routine. A glazed expression, possibly daydreaming, fatigued or bored. I hope they're actually happy in getting the most from their journey. Perhaps they'll listen to Rested and get some ideas. For those going to several destinations with tight schedules, all forms of travel can be frustrating. The one advantage of trains and buses is that travel time can be productive time. A delayed journey doesn't delay everything when you've got a table, a power supply, and communications available. The successful traveller is prepared for the unexpected and is used to embracing change. And change has been a feature of bus and train travel. In 1955, passengers Claudette Colvin and Rosa Parks triggered bus boycotts that helped reduce racial segregation in America and brought Martin Luther King Jr. to prominence. 8 years later, a similar boycott in Bristol played a significant role in banning racial discrimination in the UK. But as Churchill once said, why do we regard history as of the past and forget we are making it? He was right, and we can make changes now. Some will have enormous impact, and you can be part of that change. The term omnibus car was originally chosen to describe the horse car as a car for all. As Kevin in Copenhagen says, the omnibus, or bus, is a democratic vehicle. As a vehicle for all, it's classless, irrespective of gender, race or title. We queue together, ride together, and normally help each other. Seats are offered to the elderly, the infirm, and those expecting. It can provide a platform for change and, together with other shared transport, can have an enormous impact on communities, improving road safety, economic opportunities, and the health of people. When you ride buses and trains, your daily step count is much higher than if you drive. It's different to being in a car, isolated from nature. We have the sun on our skin, the wind in our hair, and yes, the rain. Remember your layers and comfortable shoes. Exercise beckons. As for the impact on the environment, consider this. Researchers estimate that 78% of microplastics in our water are from the tyres and brakes of road vehicles. And electric vehicles are heavier than their internal combustion equivalents, with greater tyre degradation. Almost 2,000 times more particle pollution is produced by tyre wear than is pumped out of the exhausts of modern cars. And while one car lane can carry 2,500 people per hour, a bus can carry 7,000 and a train 50,000 people in the same space. If public transport is convenient and available to you, please use it. Don't lose it. If demand grows, supply will follow. And the change I'd really like to see is building a travel environment that fosters civility, safety, and communities. Building trust, mutual respect, and looking out for each other. Preparing these podcasts and reading your feedback, I've been struck by the number of people that want to see these changes too. A survey in 2016 found that 74% of the British population identify more closely with values such as helpfulness, honesty, and justice than with wealth, status, and power. And those same values are held by most of our fellow passengers. Travelling together on a common route creates a bond, however temporary. Rather than travelling alone together, let's try engaging with others. We know that commuters who talk to strangers report they feel happier, healthier, and less lonely afterwards. Susan from California gave us some great advice on drawing stories from strangers. You show interest. You ask a few leading questions, and you genuinely listen. Resist the urge to immediately turn the conversation to your own story. Mel and Holly have started having excellent conversations with strangers on trains about the books they're reading, and others are making a conscious effort to have polite conversation, however brief, even in the land that considers silence golden, Finland. Clearly, shared transport availability and dependency differ by region and demographics. For those who have 24-hour services and a bus arriving every 10 minutes in rush hours, it might be difficult to grasp the challenges to accessing employment, education, and health services when you have just one bus a day or you have disabilities. But whatever transport services we can use, let's show respect for each other, offer help when appropriate, and look out for each other. Treating others as we'd like to be treated ourselves. Starting new behaviours are easier than quitting old ones. Let's start. As ever, I look forward to your feedback and enjoy your travels. Thank you for listening to the Rested Podcast. Please subscribe on your preferred podcast service and share with a friend. I look forward to hearing from you and sharing your travel stories. Please email restedpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks to everyone that has contributed to Rested so far. Enjoy your travel time.